In this video I'm going to talk about my favourite film of all time, 2008's The Dark Knight. This film spawned my obsession with the superhero Batman, and so, not to be overdramatic or anything, but it kinda helped shape me into who I am today. I could discuss Batman, the comics, the films, and everything else about him for days. However, I'm going to hold back on that and attempt to just discuss the film and why I think it was so great.
And here we go.
This film is one of those rare occasions where it is better than its prequel. Saying that though, the first film is still very good. It is also number 4 on IMDb's top 250 films list. The Dark Knight showed me that the childish cartoons portraying superheroes that I had loved so much as a child were possible to translate into a more grown-up world. Not that I don't still watch those superhero shows. Seriously, Teen Titans, Batman the Animated Series, Spectacular Spider-Man and Young Justice are freaking awesome cartoons, which I would highly recommend. But anyway, I believe that the film's complexities allow for it to be as long as it is, which is over 2 hours long, without it losing the audience's concentration. There are points where things could have easily been wrapped up, but then suddenly everything becomes chaotic again. The bad guy escapes, a protagonist becomes an antagonist, and so everything is ramped back up. My favourite thing about the film is the interpretation of the Joker. Christopher Nolan, the director, and Heath Ledger, the actor, worked together to create the definitive and most iconic portrayal of that character. He is enigmatic, creepy, and just plain psychotic.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
When Ledger was originally cast, there was outrage among Joker fans. Surely that pretty boy from Brokeback Mountain and A Knight's Tale can't be Batman's greatest foe? The anger and frustration hurled at him was ridiculous. Then, when the film came out, it was difficult to find anyone who still felt that way. A posthumous Oscar was even awarded to Heath Ledger for the role. As I mentioned at the beginning, this film led to an obsession with Batman. However, it wasn't a straightforward route. Firstly, I fell in love with the Joker from the film. I doodled him all the time. And then that led to a curiosity of the comic version of the Joker. And from there, I became hooked on Batman and the rest of his stories. For some great Joker storylines, check out The Killing Joke or the more recent Death of the Family. Jack Nicholson was an awesome Joker, but I just think the Nolan version of the character was better. Heath Ledger wasn't the only brilliant actor in The Dark Knight though. It had an all-star cast consisting of Christian Bale, Gary Oldman, Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine, all great actors and all perfect in their roles. Christopher Nolan did a fantastic job of introducing the ideas and mythology of Batman into a more realistic world. If you haven't seen this film, I would highly recommend it, and the other 2 films in the trilogy. In fact, I also want to recommend the other Batman movies. Batman, the movie, was ridiculously cheesy and camp, but that just makes it so fun to watch. The 2 Tim Burton films, Batman and Batman Returns, reintroduced the audience to the idea of a dark vigilante, and so I will always be grateful of them. Because without them, we might not have ever had Nolan's trilogy. And of course, I'm going to ignore the other 2. So what's your favourite Batman film, if you have one? I also love the animated films, but I'm going to spend another video talking about them. So, see you next time, okay? Thanks, bye. Oh, and check out the last video. And if you want to hear me talk about Batman anymore, then check out my Tumblr page, Legends of Gotham.